not exactly the three-point attempts you wanted overall. What were they doing to kind of prevent that from happening?
They just, they made the first adjustment, and it was just to play harder and be more physical, and they took us out of a lot of our ability to execute, and that's on us. It's on us to know that we beat them on their home floor and have the appropriate fear and respect for them. And I felt like we walked out and we just didn't bring it tonight.
22 offensive rebounds you guys gave up. How much of that was a factor in this game today?
It was a big factor. We know that they do a great job of whenever they miss, everybody crashes. Yves was down there, deterring shots, and then we got to get into the bigs' legs and keep them off the glass. But their whole team, they do a great job of offensive rebounding. We know that coming in. But they were the more physical team right away from the start, and we have to negate that by playing with more force, executing at a higher level, setting screens for each other, sharing the ball. All the things we talked about, we just didn't go out and execute it today.
You don't see Zion have inefficient shooting performances very often. He's had two here these last few days. Just what are you seeing offensively with him and with you guys as a team right now?
He's still, trying to get in his rhythm. So he'll figure it out. But the one thing that this team is doing is they got two really big bigs that sits off of him and try to meet him at the paint anytime he drives the ball. Felt like he got hit a few times. Did a good job of getting to the free throw line, but that's something that we have to keep working with our group with.
And for most of this game and a big chunk of the game on Friday, the offense has looked really stagnant for long stretches. What are you kind of seeing on that end that's not working right now?
We got to play faster. We got to get the ball, off the rim or taking it out, get up and down the floor a bit faster with more force. Sharing the basketball, just get off of it sometimes and trust your teammates. So the guys know what we need to do. It's just a matter of us putting it all together and making an adjustment, especially with Dejounte and Trey being out.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. You guys spent so much of training camp trying to figure out what it's supposed to look like with Dejounte, and then he just goes away after one game. How much difficulties does that add to what you guys are doing right now to trying to reestablish what it's supposed to look like?
Yeah, it's a part of it. It's a part of figuring out your team. Someone else gets an opportunity. It's tough when you lose one of your top guys who've been playing all throughout camp and preseason. But this is the NBA, and as a group, we just got to keep working at it, figuring it out, and we will.
You know you're going to have him for a few weeks. Like, are you running the same stuff you talked about? Is it the same sets and all that, or do you switch that up?
You try to look at your sets and say, how can we minimize the package a bit and keep it simple. So trying to put the ball in Z's hands. He goes out, BI is touching it a bit more, handling. Same thing with CJ. So kind of doing some similarities to what we did last season.
And what have you seen the last two games? The three-point line, just not being able to get those shots up and make them consistently.
We have to generate threes with our ability to play with more force, and what that means is, we can't walk the ball up. We got to come off screens or get into our sets, and we have to attack. When you attack the paint, their defense collapse, and then you got to trust the kick out. That's when we get open threes. Offensive rebound, we did a great job of that today, a really good job of that. That's another opportunity where you can get open threes. So we'll go back, watch the tape on this game, and look forward to getting better.
Thank you, Coach.